ASL 3, Unit 20, Explaining Rules. This unit is in two parts, okay? The first part that we do is all about everyday rules, so like driving, cultural rules, customs, kind of like life rules. We'll even talk about, I'll have you guys bring up some rules that are in your household because everybody has rules that they have to follow and they're different, right? And then the second half of this unit is games, where you learn vocab for different games so that when you are playing games, you can explain how those games work. We will learn how to play 2 card games, and then we'll do 2 group games. Okay? So we're going to do the like life rules first to get those out of the way. Okay? So for the rules we live by, the vocab that you use when you are explaining these rules depends on the type of rule or law that you are explaining. So if the rule is more like an unwritten rule, you should be doing that. There are diplomatic signs that you should use, like, oh, it's better to do this. Or if it's a rule and they're like, oh, should I do this? More diplomatic way of saying no would be like, I wouldn't, or just don't do it. Okay? Then if there are rules that you absolutely have to follow or laws that you have to follow, those are more authoritative. There's more authoritative signs. So like must, or it's illegal if you do that, or you're not permitted to do that. Okay? One quick reminder, and this is why we had Masterless Vocab last year, was that one sign can have multiple meanings. So, for example, in this unit, this part of the unit, we're going to use this. Okay? Now, this could mean illegal, but it can also mean forbidden. So, there's one of the prompts, one of the examples is running around a swimming pool. Okay? You are forbidden to run around a swimming pool because it is very dangerous. You could slip, fall, crack your head open, drown, and die, right? So you need to remember that forbidden, it's not illegal to run around a swimming pool. You're not going to go to jail for it, but we need to remember those synonyms to make sure that we're thinking of the best word possible, okay? We can quickly go over the vocab before we move on to the grammar. So we have less than, reduce, over, forbid, illegal, must, limit, light or yellow light, and then it's flashing at you, white, and then have your lines broken, as opposed to a smooth line, a non-broken line. Green light on, yellow light on, red light on. A sign, yield sign. Okay, so it just means you have to be careful. So you look both ways and then it's safe and then you can go. Okay, blue curb, red curb. Another sign so that you can do it on the sign or you can do merge. Speed. A speed sign for 25 miles per hour, 35 miles per hour, 65 miles per hour. Polite, rude, tend to, bing, and parallel to. We'll use parallel to when we're talking about 2 different cultures. Okay? So for driving rules, okay, you are going to first identify the sign or the symbol on the road. So like a stop sign or a red light, and then you are going to explain what it means. So you always put your topic first, okay? So again, I'm not doing all of these. That's a separate YouTube video in an effort to save time, okay? So we'll do number 1. You must stop at a red light. So the red light is our topic. So red light on means must stop, okay? You can even throw in red light on, must stop, okay, and add your car classifier in there. These are describing the situation, so not necessarily a light or a sign, but some different situations that you may encounter. So let's say you are near a school, the speed limit is 25 miles an hour while children are in session, so school is in session, or kids are outside playing. Okay, so suppose driving area of a school and children are playing, you must drive 25 miles per hour or less. Okay, so you set up your topics or your conditions. The right of way. Who has the right of way while driving? So this one is if you and another car reach the intersection at the same time. This one takes some coordination that I have found that students have a hard time dealing with. Okay, so suppose intersection, you just make an intersection. Two cars come at the same time. So my non-dominant is driving forward. My dominant is driving sideways. Okay. Same time. Is two I love yous, cross your index fingers, and we'll pull them apart twice, same time. Should first who? My eyebrows are still all up. Car on the right first. I'm going to move my dominant and then move my non-dominant forward. Okay. So they come up, right goes forward, left, or right goes to the left. That way. Okay. Personal safety, again, just describe the situation and then explain what you should or should not do. Drivers and passengers must wear a safety belt while the car is moving. So you ride in the car, must, and then depending on if you're the passenger, then it goes over your right shoulder. If you're the driver, then it goes over your left shoulder. Okay? So make sure your seatbelts are on correctly. Okay. Everyday rules. Again, situation, rule. Okay. Here's I want to do the running around the pool. Okay, so no running around the pool. That is, if you see, forbidden. So swimming, pool, running around, forbidden. It's not illegal, same time. Okay. This one, passengers are to check in at the gate 20 minutes before departure. This is pre 9/11. Okay, now you gotta get there like hours ahead of time. Okay, in like the good old days where you'd have to be there so early. Okay, cultural rules / customs. You are going to explain the situation, explain the rule or the custom, and then you have to contrast it with another culture. So we're always gonna contrast it with American culture because that is what we know. That's what we live. Okay. So we'll do this first one. Holding hands is acceptable in the United States, but not in Japan. Now, again, these are just practice. These examples from your book, these cultures could have changed from when this book was written. Okay, but these are just examples, and then you guys will bring in new examples to class. Okay, so we have here in America, man, woman, outside, walking, and you can hold your hand. Fine. Over there in Japan, holding hands, wrong. Okay. We talk about eye contact in Arab countries and burping. Let me move. Okay, actually, I'm going to do this bottom one. Deaf people tend to say long goodbyes while hearing people leave quickly. Okay, so deaf people, tend to say goodbye, exaggerate. Bye, bye, bye. Half hour, which you just do boop, boop, to an hour. Pop, finally, leave. Parallel to hearing people tend to bye, leave, we're done. Okay. What is next? Okay, so next is, those are examples from your workbook. This is now going to be the workbook page to practice giving you different scenarios for you to practice the grammar. So describing the situation, which is going to be a condition with your eyebrows up, and then giving the rule. Remember, again, same as Unit 18 and 19, you are using your classifiers to show what happened. Okay. Okay, so these will be in a separate YouTube video, situations 1 through 11. Okay, I'll do 2 more, 1 from each page. Okay, we'll do number 6. Dim your lights by switching to low beams before you are 500 feet from a vehicle coming towards you. Okay, so normally you cannot drive with your high beams on, except if you're in like a mountainy, dark area with no street lights. Okay, that is fine, except when somebody's coming towards you, then you need to switch them down so you don't blind them. Okay, so suppose you driving lights on. Okay, these are very bright. Okay, another car, use your non-dominant hand to come towards you. Okay, 500 feet. I'm going to place my car. I'm going to show this distance to the other car. Okay, so 500 feet in between us. Must lights dim. Okay, that's it. I'm going to do one from the second page. Okay, I'm going to do number 8 because this one, again, takes some coordination. When 2 vehicles meet on a steep 1-lane mountain road where neither can pass, the vehicle facing downhill must back up so that the person going up can go up and then they can come down. Okay, 1 lane. I'm not talking about 1 lane on each side. It's one small road. Okay. The reason for this is the driver going downhill has better control of their car being able to go up than the person going up. Okay. So, conditions. Suppose you driving on the mountain, on the road, go up with my dominant. I'm going to come down with my non-dominant. Okay? Must. My non-dominant is going to back up. Okay? My dominant is going to go up, drop my hand, he already passed, and then my non-dominant is going to come down. Okay? So we're here, non-dominant backs up, dominant goes up, or you can follow the road, non-dominant coming down. Okay? That one takes some coordination too. But again, make sure while you guys are practicing 1 through 11, you watch that other YouTube video because each one is done in greater detail, especially if you need new vocab like blood alcohol concentration. Okay, but that is it for this video.